was a question that happened just before we started, a question of disciples versus apostles. Because like in the Eucharistic prayer, it says, he blessed it, broke it, and gave it to his disciples. Well, what's the story? Well, here's the thing. A disciple is anybody who follows a teacher. They're like students. So anybody who follows the teachings of someone are disciples of that person. So in this particular moment, you're all disciples of me. But disciple means someone who is learning, someone who is under the instruction of a teacher of some kind. Discipline comes from that too. The one who gives the discipline is the teacher. The ones who are disciplined, learning to live a particular way or do things a particular way, are the disciples. Apostles come from the Greek word apostolos, which means one who is sent out. So apostles are sent out. They're different than learners. So there was a point when Jesus had only disciples. And then when he started sending people out, those are the apostles. Okay?
After they had the Holy Spirit?
After, well,
or before?
both. Both before and after. When Jesus sends out the 72 or whatever, those were technically apostles because they were sent. But what we call the apostles with a capital A are the ones that became like the bishops and things. So an apostle is anyone who is sent out. The apostle with the capital A were those 12 who were specifically chosen to lead Christ's mission on earth. And the descendants of this apostolic tradition, this apostolic succession, are the bishops, but through them also the priests that they ordain. Hence the apostolic succession is important. But before they were sent out, they were disciples. So at the Last Supper, they were disciples. Take this, all of you, and eat it, those are all disciples. They might have been the 12 disciples primarily, not necessarily only, but it was the 12 disciples who he sent out that became the apostles. Does that make sense? Just like the word angel, angelos, in Greek, means messenger. The word means messenger. So the angels of heaven in Greek are translated as the messengers of heaven. Angel is not a proper name, it's a function. And the names of the angels that we know, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, etc., those are functions. Raphael, for example, is the healing power of God, is what it translates as. And if you look at the story of Tobit, as recorded in the book of Tobit, he healed someone using the fish and stuff, remember, and other things. Michael is who is as God, or the strength of God. Or Gabriel, the power of God. It's the message of God being delivered. So these are specific names that are functions of what they do, not who they are. Does that make sense? In religious life, you sometimes see the same thing. You kind of lose your name when you take on certain roles, not because it's done that way, but when you're talking about people, that's what happens. So you'll have something like Father Superior or Father Pastor because your job becomes your name. It's not meant to be disrespectful, but the pastor or Father Pastor as opposed to Father Scott. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the angels. Their job became their name.